The ATSB's final report into the premature parachute opening involving a Cessna 208 Caravan highlights the importance for parachutists to be mindful of their handles, particularly when exiting the aircraft. On the morning of the 20th of September 2025, a Cessna 208 took off from Tully Airport in far north Queensland to conduct parachute operations with 17 parachutists on board. After the aircraft climbed to about 15,000 feet, the pilot signalled to the parachutists to exit. A camera operator stepped out onto a small step and held onto the fuselage aft of the cabin door. As the first parachutist stepped out of the door to assume the most forward front float position, their reserve parachute inadvertently deployed, dragging the parachutist backwards and dislodging the camera operator into freefall. The parachutist's legs were injured as they struck and damaged the aircraft's horizontal stabiliser. Their canopy wrapped around the horizontal stabiliser and the elevator, suspending them beneath the aircraft. 13 skydivers exited the aircraft and 2 remained in the doorway, watching as the parachutist used a hook knife to cut sufficient reserve parachute lines to enable the parachute to tear free. The parachutists then deployed their main parachute, which tangled with the remnants of the reserve canopy. However, they were able to untangle the lines and regain sufficient control of the main parachute to land without further incident. Despite control difficulties due to substantial damage to the horizontal stabiliser and part of the reserve canopy wrapped around the tail, the pilot safely landed the aircraft back at Tully Airport. The ATSB's investigation found that as the first parachutists climbed out of the aircraft and into the front float position, their reserve handle snagged on the aircraft's flap, resulting in the deployment of the reserve parachute. Although not contributing to the accident, the investigation also found the pilot and aircraft operator did not ensure the aircraft was loaded within its weight and balance envelope. Investigator in charge, Seraphine, said the parachutist had clipped open the roller door before exiting the aircraft, increasing safety for the pilot.
As a result, the roller door remained open during the descent, increasing the ease with which the pilot could have exited the aircraft if they needed to. And although not mandatory at the time of the accident, the parachutists had a hook knife attached to their chest strap, enabling them to cut enough reserve parachute lines for the parachute to tear free of the tailplane.
This accident highlights the importance of parachutists being mindful of their handles, particularly when exiting the aircraft.
Carrying a hook knife secured to the parachute container could be life-saving in the event of a premature reserve parachute deployment. This investigation is also a reminder for pilots conducting parachute operations of the importance of wearing an emergency parachute and knowing how to deploy it. Parachute aircraft operators should also ensure, where possible, that there is a suitable open door for the pilot to exit in the event of an irretrievable loss of aircraft control.
You can read the final report by searching AO-2025-057 on the ATSB's website, by the link below or via the link in our bio.